Dennis LaCours.
Starting pitcher and shortstop for the Hazen baseball team, Dennis earns his keep as a goaltender in soccer and a forward on the hardwood. The 6'5" Wildcat Junior was a Division III All-State and first-team All-Mountain goalkeeper for Hazen, but that was only a warm-up for his standout basketball season when he helped carry the Wildcats to the D3 championship, including a title game rout of four-time champ Williamstown. Dennis averaged 15.5 points per game and shot 48% from the floor. He finished the season with spots on the record and VBCA's Dream Dozen and a selection to the first-team All-Mountain squad.
I think as an athlete, the thing that stands out about Dennis is his incredible dedication and work ethic in and out of season. He lives, as far as basketball, he lives in the gym, and all that work is really starting to pay off. And I know he's going to even improve more, a year from now. He's one of the most improved players that I've, as a coach, have had in my 17 varsity years, I guess now.
Growing up and being from Hardwick is kind of like a deal where you almost gotta live here to know what it feels like, because the community's so tight and everyone knows everyone. Teamwork in sports is the same as teamwork growing up in the community. If anyone needs help, everyone will be there. It doesn't matter if it's hard or not. No one will complain and they'll just get the job done. You can't do anything when it's just one player. You gotta have a whole team, and you gotta help support each other, because if it's just trying to be a one-man show, you'll never get it done.
He is the rare kid that continued to have the drive as he get older. He didn't get sucked into the cool stuff, needing a car, needing to go out and party and do all this crazy stuff. As you get older, you're a teenager, there's a lot of distractions out there. And he has been able to stay the course, and I'm very proud of that.
I'd like to be remembered as a high school athlete, as someone that was never willing to quit, always tried to get better, unselfish, and just tried to make the team the best it could be.
I think to appreciate Dennis, you have to see him every day. He is a kid, because he's so quiet and soft-spoken, and doesn't do anything to kind of bring the limelight to himself. It's his consistency and his production that really are what stand out. Like I said, he'll get 28, 30 points in a game, and just do it without any flash at all. And he makes it look so easy that I think sometimes you don't realize how good he really is.
Travvis Ferguson.
Travis's two favorite sports fall in the same season. That didn't slow the native of the Bahamas last spring. A shortstop and pitcher for the Division II Vikings, Travvis batted .393 with 21 RBIs, 17 runs, and 10 steals to earn a spot on the record's Dream Dozen baseball team. Meanwhile, he helped the Linden track and field team to a second-place finish at the state meet, winning titles in javelin and triple jump, taking second in the 400 and third in the long jump. After playing in the backfield for the football team, Travvis warmed up the track again. The record's Male Indoor Track and Field Player of the Year, won the long jump, triple jump, 300 meters, and anchored the winning 4x4 to help his team win its first indoor track title.
Travvis is, if I ran LI, I would hire him as a spokesperson. Everybody here looks up to him. People in town, they read the newspaper and it's like, how's Travvis doing? If it has to do with baseball, or it has to do with track, or it has to do with LI, every townsperson around knows who Travvis is. He's looking for greatness one day, and if you ask me, I think he's already got it. He just doesn't know it.
I came to America to expand my academic and athletic horizons. Came here to be better in school and at sports.
He comes from a family with some excellent athletic role models.
I'm from Nassau, Bahamas. It's like the capital of the Bahamas. My dad was a D1 track athlete, and he was pretty successful in that. And my mom always played softball and other things in high school. And my brother, he is a D1 baseball pitcher. I think my favorite moment is probably winning state championships for him on track. That's the first state championship I ever won.
You know, he was a big part of us winning that state championship. He went out and rallied the guys, got the guys that we needed on the team that weren't going to come out. He set a goal for himself to be a state champion, and he did the legwork to get there. Especially during indoor track, we stand under our record board and we look at it. You know, that's kind of what drives an athlete, and more than anyone, that's what drives Travvis. He holds a record in everything in indoor track that he's ever done. So, I mean, it's just remarkable how he can look at that board and say, I'm going to do that, coach, and then he does it.
I think my performance shows people that I never give up, even to like the last second. Always got to keep working, keep trying to do the best you can. And even if you're not there yet, you just got to work harder and keep going.
From here, Travvis goes anywhere he wants to go. As a track coach, I'd love to see him go to college and compete. I recently worked at D1 college track championships, and at the level he's at now, he would have placed. I know that's not what Travvis wants, though. He's looking to go to a junior college for baseball, and I hope to be sitting in my living room one day watching Travvis Ferguson in the major leagues playing baseball.
Colin Myrick.
Sometimes it's best to let the numbers do the talking. That was the case for Colin on the diamond last spring. 6'4", first-team All-Metro infielder led the Falcons with a .471 batting average. He had a league-best 8 home runs, including 3 games with multiple long balls. The pitcher and shortstop was a record Dream Dozen pick and a finalist for our Player of the Year award, with more than half of his hits going for extra bases. After playing in a fall baseball showcase league, Colin averaged 13 points, 8 rebounds for the Hoops team, where the invaluable leader was an All-Metro honorable mention pick and a record Dream Dozen selection.
So I started off playing baseball the typical way that everyone does, around 4, playing t-ball, and I actually quit for a year because I kind of got sick of just standing around. I didn't really realize the thrill of baseball at that time, but around that time the Red Sox were really competitive, and they actually won the World Series in 2007, and that's when I started to really get into it. And I joined back up in around the age of 7 and never really looked back.
Of all the guys I've coached the last 20 plus years, he's probably in the at least in the top 10 when it comes to athleticism and potential beyond this level.
I mean, with sports, I'm constantly thinking. My coaches have always told me that I'm like a second coach out there. I'm constantly talking and like giving my opinion on the situation. And I mean, in basketball, usually I'm the one calling out plays and like the second coach out on the floor. So I find it exciting to always be thinking and wondering what the next play is going to bring. Well, to be good at anything, you can't just work when you have a scheduled practice or game. And typically in the off season, I'm always at the gym or running or doing something physically active that'll improve my skill. And usually, I mean, once the weather gets warmer and stuff, I have a batting cage at home. I typically go home and hit for an hour or so. And other than that, I'm doing schoolwork. So basically, school and sports take up my entire life.
In a day and age where most 18-year-olds are what I like to call technologically advanced but emotionally immature, he hasn't been that way. He acts more like a grown-up than a lot of young men do at this age, and I think that makes a difference in just how he approaches things, and I think that's part of why he's been as successful as he has been.
In school, like, I have a thirst for knowledge. I love learning and constantly reading, and I enjoy school. I can't understand people who don't really like it. I mean, knowledge is the one thing people can't take away from you. Why would you not want more? Well, honestly, I think other people are shocked when they realize how good I am in school, because they think like, oh, the athletic kid, he must not be too smart. But yeah, I like to kind of surprise people with that part. I'm really proud of who I am in school and who I am on the field.